Hey, it's Matthew. Recently, I posted a video about negotiating and give people a tip on how to negotiate, and got some feedback and some questions on one aspect of that tip, and I wanted to expand on it for you. So the tip was basically, when you set your value for negotiating, never change your value. So when somebody asks you for a concession or a discount or whatever it is, you never say yes without asking for something in return. So the question was, well, what should I ask for in return? And, let's go into a bit deeper into that. So here's some quick thoughts. If the negotiations are essentially simple and are just about to end, and it's just this one last thing they've asked you for, and you're feeling like you're going to say yes, the deal works for you in your mind, you haven't said yes yet, then ask for something that's easy for them to say yes to. Something you know for sure, there's no way they're going to turn this down. Or if you think they might turn it down, maybe give them two options. One that, that way you got yourself covered. But ask for something that you know they're going to say yes to. It's a no-brainer. They're going to do it. Because, again, you'd only do this if you feel that the deal is done at this point. That was the last thing remaining. You say yes. You ask them for something simple that you know they're going to say yes to. Deal done. If the deal is not done, if you're still in the middle of the negotiations and they're asking for something, and you feel like you're going to say yes, you're going to agree to it, then ask for something. Remember, the main point here is you always have to ask for something. Ask for something that you know is going to be uncomfortable for them. And by uncomfortable, I mean they're not going to say, "Oh yeah, that's a no-brainer." Yes, they're not going to say to themselves, "Oh, this is simple, easy yes." You want to make it uncomfortable, because what that does is it, again, maintains your value. So you're asking me for something. Okay, I'm going to say okay to it, but you're going to have to give me something that I feel is of equivalent value. And you want to make sure that it's something significant enough of value to you. I'm not sure you'd want to ask for something that's not of value to you, although maybe in some circumstances you might, but significant enough that that they feel a little bit of pain by saying yes. It's not that you don't want them to say yes. You want to ask for something that's of value to you, and that you want to give them something that you will say yes to, because you don't want to kill the deal here. But if you force them to have a little bit of pain to say yes, then that means they're less likely to come back after this aspect of the negotiation, after and ask for something else that's going to be painful to you, right? So if they say, "Matthew, we like this, we want this discount, or we want this addition, or whatever it is," okay, I'm going to agree to that, but I need you to agree to this. And if they feel like, that's a tough one, but okay, we'll agree to that too. Again, they're less likely to then come back after and say, "Okay, and we'd also like this," because they know, or at least you've given them, you've kind of trained them a little bit to know that if they ask you for something that's going to hurt you a little bit, you're going to ask for something back that's going to be somewhat painful for them. And I'm using word pain just descriptively. I don't mean, of course, you never want to hurt someone in your negotiation. You don't want to be negotiating with somebody that that you're not wanting to do business with here. But so always ask for something in return. If the negotiation is essentially at the end and you just want to close it, you can ask for something simple in return that's easy. But if not, don't ask for something too easy. Because, again, if you ask for something too easy, they're going to say, "Oh, yeah, yes, do." Then they're going to come back potentially and ask you for even more. And you don't want them coming back to ask you for more unless they're prepared to give you more as well. Anyway, I hope that clarifies. You can find the original video somewhere on my profile, wherever you're finding this. Again, I'm Mathew Georghiou.